Uh, James in Miami.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Hello. I'm a long time watcher of the show.
Hi.
However, I myself am a theist with a D,
Okay.
and I want to
Do you want to briefly say what that means to you? Like, what do you believe?
I have my own personal reason for believing that God exists, but
Okay.
I don't have a reason to try to convince other people to believe that He exists,
Okay.
and I don't
Does
really.
that God interfere with people's lives currently, or are we talking about a God who did something once and then stopped?
Still interacts personally.
Oh, okay. That's so I have a different understanding of the word deist, but that's okay. Now we know.
Okay. Basically, what I want to come onto the show and talk about is how I see a lot of times it's mentioned how God is a unlikable character, and I'm just trying to say, even whether or not if God is likable or unlikable, it's not really proving or disproving God's existence.
That is true. There were some very unlikable people who really existed.
Yeah. I just see it's mentioned on the show so much. About God being immoral thug, so on and so forth. And I'm just thinking, that's kind of not needed to talk about. It should just be
Well,
on.
there's this claim that this God is the author of morality and that you should follow his morals and that how can you be moral without God and all this blather about morality and special claims of morality by popes and these sorts of things and we call bunk on all that and the character of God in the Bible I think is quite relevant to that sort of question.
Yeah, so maybe you misinterpreted what somebody was saying. I mean, the fact that God, that we consider him to have a bad character, doesn't mean that God isn't real, but it does call into question the whole God is the perfect standard and arbiter of what is good and bad.
That's when I go ahead and I think about what Matt Dillahunty about what he says
Everybody
about
wants to talk
morality.
about Matt today.
Okay.
But fine.
Well, he go ahead and he try to define morality as in what's good for the well-being of humans, how
Okay,
we
I
are
can go
physical
with that.
creatures in the physical world.
I think that's a
And I'm
reasonable definition. We can go pretty far with that definition.
Yeah, I mean, I would maybe want to nitpick some details, but as a one sentence summary, fine.
okay. So where I go from that is, well, we will have our moles as for what our goal is to be. Our goal will be healthy and happy, but God could have totally different goals. So when it's in, if the Bible is His book, when He tried to say that a certain thing is good, it might be for a goal that we are unaware of.
It might be a goal that we don't care about. Like, why, if some other guy states, well, I don't want you to be happy and healthy, I want you to do this instead,
Kill your kid, for example.
why should we be concerned for that guy being, for that guy's standards?
So are we
Okay, that was
supposed to suck up to this God because he's so powerful and he's gonna torture us in the afterlife if we don't like bow down before him and kiss his ass or whatever? Is that the idea?
no. I wouldn't even
Why
think
is
in the
this
Bible.
God's morals relevant to humanity?
Same reason why atheist morals and theist morals would be relative to each other because you are occupying the same space.
Well, if the question was, God lives among us, let's say there's a Zeus-like God who comes down from Mount Olympus and hangs out occasionally, and people were treating God badly, and we wanted to know, how can we come to some kind of compromise and judge how God can treat us fairly and we can treat God fairly. That would be one thing, but I get the impression that most religious morality is God says this, do this, the end.
Right, or be tortured.
Right. And we don't care
Bullshit on
for
that.
that kind of
Bullshit
morality.
on that.
If God showed up and demonstrated himself to be real and said, hey, it makes me uncomfortable when you say this, we could have a discussion about, oh, well, maybe we haven't been very nice to you, God. What can we do better? Same as other people.
Yeah.
Theists and atheists have to get along because there are real people who need to get along
sharing
in
the planet,
the
right?
world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it's fair to not go ahead and care for what their goals will be and for offending them. In the same way how we do it with other humans, where you don't necessarily have to care about offending another humans or what that other human's goal is.
Yeah, but we at least believe in other humans, and we don't believe in God.
Okay, I think I said about as much as I could.
Okay.
Well, thank you for having me on the show.
All right.
Sure. Take care, James.
Thanks.
Bye.